Welcome back to more Genealogy to Holy Wars. So last time we defeated Arvis, instructed 10 in Dingut. See, that was good. And yeah, Self was able to avenge his father. Although yeah, said he showed what he could do against Arvis, alright, so yeah. And even Ares did pretty good too. So yeah. This is it, the final chapter, Endgame, the final Holy War. Selph's long journey is drawing to a close. His army's victories are a beacon of hope to the Empire's victims, and a wave of further rebellion sweeps across Jutro. First, Celeste is wrestled back from Imperial control by its citizens. And soon after, Augustia's people flocked to arms, burning to fight for their country. But Granville itself yet stands. Duke Brian of Dozon, the Axe Knights of the Crown Ritter, Duke Scorpius of Jungbi and his elite archers, the Bayesian Ritter, and Frida's Queen Hilda and the war mages of the Gilban Ritter stand between Seliph and the capital. Valhalla itself lurks on an eerie silence, as Ishtar and the enigmatic 12 Dead Lords lie in wait to defend Prince Julius himself. Over a year has passed since that fateful first battle in Isaac. The tragic struggle pitting kin versus kin wears on, splitting the 12 Crusaders between the light and the dark. Soon begins the final Holy War. This is it. It's all come down to this. Father died, you said. The Emperor has long served his purpose, your majesty. It was little more than an obstacle to your ambitions. He had to die. Peh, I almost feel sorry for him. All his life he was your tool, Manfroy, only to be thrown away so casually. All in your Empire's name, your majesty. Arvis is a lost cause. To think he, a man of Loctit's blood, dared to challenge the revival of the Empire. The righteous heart of the Crusader Vala burned too fiercely within them. It was only a matter of time until he turned on you. I know. Now then, I hear those rebels have stumbled as far as Chalfie. Are our defenses really that pathetic? Rest assured, I've already tasked Edda's Bishop Roden and Brian of Dozel of purging Chalfie of those vermin. You've no need to worry, your majesty. Don't I now? Where's Julia? She awaits her end of the dungeon. You there, bring us Princess Julia. Ah, Julia, it's been a while, hasn't it? Tell me, do you know who I am? Julius, my brother, Julius. Oh, so you do still remember. I can hardly believe 7 long years have passed since you slipped away. Aye, that night is seared into my memory, clear as if it were only yesterday. Good. I trust you remember your mother's final kindness as well. Who? No, what are you... That night Manfred came with that eerie black tone. Nothing was ever the same again. My real brother, the kind and caring boy I once knew and loved so, died that night. This is interesting, very interesting. So yeah, Julius actually was a nice person before he got the Loptus tone. So yeah. That's interesting. I kinda wish we got to see more of that, but I guess, remake. That's what a remake could do, so yeah. In his place stood a demon of terrifying power, my brother in name only. You monster, you've taken my mother and my brother from me. Who are you? What are you? Why? Why must you torment us all so? I am the heir of Loctit's kin and the inheritor of his limitless power. This world belongs rightfully to me. And you, Julia, you are the heiress to the power of Naga, my eternal foe. I can't allow you to live any longer. Hold a moment, your majesty. I believe I have a use for this girl's power. If I may, spare her and leave her to me. Using Naga's power to serve me? Interesting, very interesting. Very well, I must return to Valhalla. Julia is yours, Manfroy, be warned, be extremely careful. Even a single mistake with her could cost me dearly. I'll talk about that later because it's more relevant later, but yeah, it's something kind of interesting about Manfred. His Majesty's issued his command. Priest and sellsword units, defend Edda itself with your very lives. Cavalry unit, move in on Chalfie. Reclaim our land from the rebels. This, oh god, this. The Great Wall of Edda, as me and my brother like to dub it as. This is it, Seleth. The final holy war begins now. A holy war? Yeah, that's what this is. Julius is descended from Loctirian royalty, and he's been working to revive the Dark Empire. No matter what it takes, we must stop him. It feels as if you know everything, Lewin. I'm beginning to feel left out. Please, what in the world are you talking about? Yeah, sorry about that, Seleth. I know there's a lot I've not been telling you. I spent over a decade on a journey to figure out the truth behind all this, and I'm finally onto a hidden bigger picture. The bigger picture? It seems the old Loctir Empire's founder, the Bishop Gull, dedicated his youth to a world-exploring voyage across the seas. He desired nothing less than to drink the blood of a legendary beast. Even a single drop, he believed, would bestow upon any human limitless power. Do you mean the dragon can evolve? It couldn't be. Is that not a myth? You think so, but when Gaul returned to Jupiter, he bore bizarre powers nobody else understood. With these powers, he set to work slaying youths across the land to aid his ambitions. Before anyone else realized, he raised a fell legion unflinchingly loyal to his cause. Where, then, does Loctir enter the tale? Odds are Loctir was a dragon himself. Every last one of Gaul's heirs has borne the blood of the Dragonkin. Dark powers Loctir's kin command are nothing more than the Dragonkin's powers. And what of the Crusaders? I'm sure you know how the legend goes. The gods descend upon 12 warriors of the old liberators at the fortress of Dana. But? Sorry, Seleth, but this'll have to wait. The enemy's just about on our doorstep. So, here's something kind of weird about this map. Also, here's the music. Anyway, so, yeah, basically, this map, if you couldn't tell, Lewin's gonna be dumping tons of exposition on us. So, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Anyway, this is it, the final arena and final battle press 2. So, yeah, let's do it. We're gonna be starting off with Seth, considering he has my Paragon Band, even though he probably doesn't need that much. Another thing about this map too is that if I go here, we have chats, and once again, this is the final map, so the lovers get to talk to each other. Not everyone will have a conversation, I think, but yeah, Shan and Patty do, Sid and Teeny do. So yeah, we'll look forward to that in the next part, because yeah, I think today's just going to be battle preps. Anyway, so let's go. By the way, in the armory, there's no new items, so yeah. Nothing to worry about though. And yeah, his money's like almost maxed out already, so might as well repair this, might as well repair this. Actually, yeah, there was something I did want to buy actually. Oh well. It will have to wait a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. So let's use the light tome, and let's fight our first opponent. Dullus, General with a Steel Blade, level 19. 59 HP, 15 Strength, 1 Magic, 11 Skill, 10 Speed, 7 Defense, 4 Res. And he has Purvise because he's a General. Now, does that name sound familiar? It might if you've watched all this series, or if you remember everything with this series. This is the final opponent in the Chapter 1 arena. And guess what? That's going to be the common theme here. And there's a Purvise. But yeah, some of them are buffed though. Some of them have new weapons, and some of them have rings they didn't have before. This guy I think is basically the same. Anyway, our next opponent, Kaimos, the last opponent in Chapter 2's arena. Hero with a Steel Blade, level 23, and has Pursuit, 64 HP, 18 Strength, 5 Magic, 18 Skill, 18 Speed, 13 Defense, 5 Res. Again, this is going to be a tough opponent for lava units. And there we go. Is adopt. And that's it. Rank 3, Xenon, Sword Master with a Silver Sword. This is the last opponent in the Chapter 8 arena. And yeah, level 23. And yeah, instead of a Silver Blade, he has a Silver Sword, so he's scarier now. 63 HP, 18 Strength, 2 Magic, 21 Skill, 21 Speed, 13 Defense, 5 Res. So let's go. Because yeah, I say he's scary, even though the Silver Sword is weaker, it has it's gonna give him lots of AS, so yeah. And there we go, that's it. He's gonna be a very tough opponent to take out, and that's it. Set level cups. And he gets magic again. What a madman. So now I'm gonna sell Bargain. Not Bargain, Paragon. He doesn't need it anymore. So I can buy Silence. And there you go. And yeah, he should have enough money to use it a lot, so that's good. And rank 4, Fortin, Great Knight with a Brave Axe and a Shield Ring, level 27. And yup, he is the last opponent in the Chapter 3 arena. So anyway, stats. 67 HP, 20 Strength, 2 Magic, 15 Skill, 15 Speed, 20 free Defense, 5 Res. Yeah, he's quite bulky on the physical side. But yeah, not on the magical side, so yeah. Although he did actually hit some. Hit the 13. Yeah, there he goes. And now just, yeah, Sed's just gonna be getting money from this. So yeah, our next opponent. Cannon, Baron with a Tornado and a Magic Ring, level 27, and he has Pavise, obviously. And he's the last opponent in the Chapter 9 arena. So, 72 HP, 20 Strength, 14 Magic, 15 Skill, 15 Speed, 20 Defense, 9 Res. Again, he's gonna be annoying because of Pavise. Can't say much else than that. Can't say much else other than that. Alright. Now we just give him the light. And yep. They're going to be seeing that a lot. Most of the enemies in this range have Pavise, which isn't a good thing. And there we go, he gets crit and Techno. Alright, next opponent. Rank 6, Atlas, Baron with a Bolganon skill ring, and he's level 30, and he has Pavise. This is the last opponent in the Chapter 4 arena. 75 HP, 21 Strength, 10 Magic, 21 Skill, 16 Speed, 21 Defense, 10 Res. So he's very similar to the last guy, except he has a less weapon. But he is more accurate, so yeah, there's that. So there's a Volcanon. But yeah, Light has weapon triangle advantage against that, so yeah, no problem. That's why I like him, so. And there you go, these guys don't have very good res either, so yeah, magic is the way to go. Like it kind of is in a lot of situations, but yeah. See, this guy like Pavise against you 4 times before, so yeah, that's what you guys are doing that. Alright, that was rank 6. Rank 7 though is a bit different though. It's actually going to be an entirely new opponent. Rank 7, Zeus, Emperor, with an Earth Sword and the Pursuit Band, so he has Pursuit now, and Pavise, and he's level 30. 75 HP, 24 Strength, 18 Magic, 24 Skill, 24 Speed, 24 Defense, 18 Res. This guy is strong. Not many of your units are going to be able to get past this. Because yeah, he has Pavise too. And yeah, he's actually fast, and can double you because he has a Pursuit Band. Because yeah, he has 24 speed, and that weighs like 5, so he has 19 ES. But yeah, Seth doesn't care, so he's gonna take that. And that's the end of Zeus. So, yeah, not much else to say though. Now, who should I send in for the range arena? Probably Lester, because Lester's about to level up, so yeah, let's do that. Even though the only issue is, I feel like Seth might not be strong enough for some of these opponents. We might need to get a little bit lucky with him. But anyway, let's go. I'm gonna use the Brave Bow, I think. But anyway, Dulles again, this time he uses a Steel Bow. I'm pretty sure he used one in Chapter 1 Arena as well, so yeah. So let's hope Lester can do well. Because yeah, I would like to see him level up from this. Anyway, next opponent. Rank 2, Marilyn, Sniper the Silver, level 23. This is the Range Arena's final opponent in Chapter 2. So, she has 64 HP, 18 Strength, 2 Magic, 18 Skill, 18 Speed, 13 Defense, 5 Res. She has the same stats but has a Silver Bow, and yeah, she also has Pursuit. So yeah, quite difficult. And there we go. Almost. There she goes. And we got a level up. HP and luck, alright. So, rank 3. Jackson, Sniper with a Killer Bow, level 23. He switches his Silver Bow for a Killer Bow, I'm pretty sure. He has Pursuit, obviously, 63 HP, 18 Strength, 2 Magic, 18 Skill, 18 Speed, 30 Defense, 5 Res. He just has 3 Skill and Speed less than the Swordmaster. Let's try our own Killer Bow for this. Because I might need the speed. And yeah, that'll be it. There we go. That was good. A little bit lagged it, oh well. Alright, rank 4, Luigi. Arc Knight with a Brave Bow and a Shield Ring. This is the last opponent for Chapter 3's last arena. I hope I'm doing the numbers correctly, but anyway. Yeah, level 27, 67 HP, 20 Strength, 2 Magic, 15 Skill, 15 Speed, 23 Defense, 5 Res. Same stats as Fulton. Which means this guy's bulky. But luckily, Lester is... Actually, only has 21 defense. Huh. Maybe the stats are a little bit incorrect. He would have 60 defense too. Oh well. That's fine. Anyway, that's a great level up. Yeah, Lester's been doing quite well. I guess, yeah... I think I should mention this now. And yeah, the last 3 opponents are going to be the same. Zeus, though, oof. He's going to have, I'm going to try and break it first. He's going to be very annoying for a ranged arena. Man, let's try it. So yeah, one thing I wanted to mention. I feel like that Medea's genes are like something else in this playthrough. Because think about how like strong Lana got too. So yeah, this... It looks like Medea's bloodline is quite something in this game. Anyway, he's actually almost level capped, which is excellent. Let's fight the Baron, or the Volganon Baron. He's gonna be more accurate and device more, but yeah, they're gonna always hit. And yeah, Brave Bow I think is the best part for the Adept, or the Brave attacks should be saying. Technically it's Adept. Because it's 100% Adept chance. And a nice dodge. And yeah, Medea did beat this guy. I remember that. He got really... It was a really close battle, but for Lester, it was pretty easy. And there we go, level 30. His stats do look really good. Everyone's stats are gonna probably look really good by the end of this, so yeah. I'm pretty sure for the next guy I need the killer bow. Because he's too fast. So let's try it. So yeah, let's try Zeus. And see what happens. We are fast and that's good. His hit rate's not very good, but yeah, he does quite a lot. And he hits too. So that's unfortunate. Well, we got the criticals, that's nice. And, oh, that's unlucky. Yeah, let me try speeding up and we'll see if we can do it. Yeah. Pavise. There you go. He did it. Pavise is very annoying. Anyway, let's repair all his weapons. And there you go. So yeah, now we're just gonna speed up. So yeah, not much else to say though. With the speeding up too though, I think I might do things a little bit differently. So yeah, while I'm doing this, you might see something a bit different happening. So maybe look forward to that, and yeah, let's go. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna do some iron preps while I'm here. I think one important thing though is mainly with Seliph. This silver sword. He doesn't really need it anymore because he's gonna be using the tier thing for the majority of this map. So, he can pass it around to other people, so A, they can go for the arena a bit easier. And yeah, by the end, I think Leaf is gonna take it, so he can give his silver sword to Paddy. So that Paddy has a much better weapon to use than that steel blade. So yeah, that's the plan. That's gonna be the main item thing. I might also pass around Dermot's brave sword, because he should have enough money to pass around no problem. So yeah, yeah, not much else to say though, because yeah, this brave sword has some crit on it. That should help a lot of people, so yeah. Clear this arena, so yeah, let's do this. So yeah, we should obviously go with Seliph first, and then probably Dermot, so then they can just sell their weapons, and then yeah. That should be easy. So yeah, look forward to my arena runs, and also my little special surprise as well. Now it's time for post commentary Rohan to make an appearance. So yeah, aside from this last arena, what I would do instead is while the battling is going on, why don't I talk about some topics while that goes on, and yeah, I've got like two interesting topics there. First one's actually about the story of the game, so yeah, let's go over that. So, the second generation. So I did mention before, like, I prefer the story in the first generation. I think it's because the first generation story is a bit more unique, because yeah, basically the thing about Seliph's story is that it's very similar to Marth's. Especially what we did in the last map, where we took back, actually, yeah, that, but there's also the fact that, yeah, Seliph, let's just go over the two big scenarios. The first one is that, Seliph, he starts in Isaac, kind of like how, Marth starts in, I forget what it's called, it's the island, where Shida is. Yeah, that's very similar. They've basically been exiled to another place because their home basically got overtaken. Although for different reasons, admittedly. And then yeah, by the end, they take it back. Like, Marth needs to kill that dragon that killed his parents, or mother I think. And then Seliph kills Arvis, who killed his father, so yeah. Like I said, pretty similar, although what happens in between is definitely quite different. But yeah, like I said, I think the first generation has a more unique story just because, yeah, the premise is really interesting, and how it ends too is super interesting as well. So, that's what I really, really like about the first generation. But yeah, the second generation though, the main things I like about it are like how it sets up the atmosphere of the, of what the Empire's doing. Yeah, you can perfectly tell that things have gone really downhill. I kinda wish you got to see what the what Arvis's world was like before Lotte basically took it over. That's something I wish we got to see. But kinda like, yeah, like I mentioned earlier in the video, how I wish you got to see what Julius is like before he was given the Book of Lotte, so yeah. Hey, I guess, again, remake could obviously fix that, but I don't know, that's just something I was thinking about, so yeah. But yeah, like I said, the Darker Fiends are shown really well in my opinion, and yeah, you can definitely tell that things have gone downhill pretty easily, considering like the child hunts and stuff. The child hunts are actually pretty well done in my opinion, because yeah, like yeah, it's really dark, and some of the things that they mentioned too is also like, especially from Julius, is pretty creepy. But I think what I like about is that not everyone agrees to it, even on the enemy side. Like Johan and Johalvir, they wouldn't partake in them, Arvis wouldn't, Ishtar doesn't, so it's like, yeah. It definitely shows that here, not everyone agrees with what Lotte is doing, even on the enemy side. So, again, it does make things feel really interesting in my opinion. Of course, there's also that conflict with Frasier that everyone wasn't really feeling too good about, so yeah, there's also that as well. So yeah, like I said, overall, I still think that Gen 2 has a really high tier story though, especially because yeah, Frasier also takes place in the second generation. I love that game's story too, so yeah. Technically second generation, so yeah. So yeah, although yeah, like I said, Gen 1 though, really interesting. And yeah, again, it also sets up its atmosphere really well, especially in chapter... Once things start going downhill, I think that's when it really shines, I think, the story. Because yeah, you could tell that Sigurd was really not feeling so good during like chapter 3 and stuff. I mean yeah, everything went downhill for him, but yeah, the game portrays in a really good light in my opinion. Same with chapter 5 as well. Of course, yeah. People always meme about the end of chapter 5 for good reason, it's that memorable, so yeah. And yeah, like I said, chapter 2 still has good moments, but I feel like yeah, the actual plot itself is pretty basic. Because yeah, especially because yeah, Seliph is basically like Marth. They're both very nice people, they both want to help out. They both have similar issues, like they both don't like to fight unnecessary battles, all that stuff. Meanwhile, Sigurd's a definitely a lot more complex character, even though yeah, he's definitely written to be a flawed character. I think that's what Kaga wanted to get at. And yeah, his romance with Deirdre could be a lot better, but yeah. But still, I think, yeah, Gen 1 was really well done, but so is Gen 2. So it's kind of hard to tell what. Like, yeah, I do prefer Gen 1, but yeah, I think it's very close though, so yeah. Both are good, let's just say. I think that's why I consider like Genealogy pretty high up on my tier list. If we're just ranking the games on the story, I think, so yeah. And yeah, I do like how fleshed out the world is. That is definitely something that Kaka is really strong at when it comes to this game, so yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have much else to say. Now's a good time to do it, because yeah, this last map, it should be pretty basic what needs to happen on this map, so yeah. And it's also, it doesn't add, it's mainly like, this map adds like a lot of world building and stuff, and of course, it concludes things quite nicely as well, so yeah. I don't really want to talk about much else because yeah, I want to show in the gameplay, so yeah. Now let's go on to the other topic. This one might take a little bit, that's okay I guess. We're going to be talking about other Gen 2 units, so... Awakening of Fates. Both of those games have a second generation. And yeah, they're handled quite differently. Let's talk about some like big differences compared to this game. So the second generation in Awakening, there's a reason for why there's a second generation. It's basically because in Awakening there's a bad future, and the children go back in time to try and fix the timeline to make a better future for themselves. So yeah, that's I think that's the gist. That's mainly what the Lord of the second generation Lucina wants to do, especially during like the start of the game. Around like it's like near the middle of the Plague arc, I'm pretty sure, so yeah. Meanwhile, Fates is really lazy with their second generation. Basically, I'm pretty sure that the only reason why Fates had a second generation was because Awakening did. Because Awakening was super successful, so yeah, I'll go into more detail about... Actually, I can go into detail about that now, but... Yeah, basically, there's this, Outrealm, I think it's what it's called? And then they put the children in there, and then they grow up quicker in there, and yeah, that's like... so many kinds of worms with that. And yeah, basically, it shows that all the parents in Fates are bad people because they're leaving the kids alone in the Outrealm and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of problems with that, unfortunately, so yeah. And yeah, it can't just... and it also doesn't help that I feel like in Fates, the children are super unnecessary. Like in... I feel like I like them a lot more in Awakening, let's just say. But anyway, let's talk about Awakening. So, and the characters. So yeah, first character you get is Lucina. She is the Lord, basically. And, you know what? She's very popular for good reason, I feel like. Yeah, she does have a nice design, but I think she's kind of interesting. She does have her own weapon. I find the story interesting. It's not like the most interesting thing I've ever seen in the world, but I think what really helps her, I think maybe for all the Gen 2 it's his future past. Where like, yeah, you get to see what that bad future's like, and yeah, it's definitely not so great, and I feel like Lucina, she feels like a true Lord in that situation. I think outside that, she's just there. I feel like, Chrom and Robin, they, contribute to the plot a lot more, in my opinion. Lucina does have that one moment where she tries to kill Robin, but that's really it. That's like super noteworthy for me, and also yeah, she does save Chrom on occasions, which is nice to try and stop the bad future from happening, so yeah. And yeah, gameplay wise she's great. She's like a better version of Chrom basically. Basically all the children are, except that they are a different class I guess, but hey, you can reclass them into the parents class and they'll do much better. I like to do that with Noir, but yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, Lucina, I wouldn't say she's bland. I think that's what my brother thinks because he's not a very big fan of Awakening. I like her. I think she's pretty good. And, although yeah, I do prefer Chrom as the main Lord to be honest. Chrom is a more interesting character in my opinion. But yeah, that's just me. Anyway, Owain. So here's the thing on Owain. I don't think I liked him that much when I first laid eyes on him, but then once I started to learn about him, then I really fell in love with him. I think what makes he, like, yeah, he is kind of eccentric, but I think what makes me really like him is his, relationship to his mother, like in his parallel. He's a very, very caring person towards his mother, which I really like. And yeah, his supports can be a little bit funky, because yeah, again, he's kind of eccentric, but they're fun, they're well written in my opinion, and yeah, he's just a really fun character, and also it helps that he's really fun to use. He's like, he can do a lot of things, he can mix attack, I mean it does depend on the pairing, but yeah, you can go full magical if you want, you can go mixed if you want, you could go full physical, all that. And yeah, like I said, I think it's really fun. He's a very, very fun unit indeed to use. And yeah, it also helps that, yeah, he does come back in Conquest. You know what? I like him in Conquest too. Like, yeah, he was considered not very good, but then people realized that he actually does have a lot of good traits. Mainly for his child, admittedly. But hey, without without Odin, there wouldn't be Ophelia, right? So yeah, I'd say he contributes a pretty good amount, so yeah. That's why I like the dude. Conquest also seems like he has matured a little bit. I think that goes to all the Conquest, returnees, basically, so yeah. I think that also just helps the character a lot as well. Anyway, like I said, Owain, yeah, one of my commenters is a really big fan of him, I can definitely see why. Like I said, I wasn't like a big fan of him when I first saw him, but yeah, like I said, I came to appreciate him quite a bit once I started to learn more about him, so yeah. And you got Nico. And Nico was was my son in my first Awakening playthrough, so that was pretty fun. He is the philanderer type, so he flirts with a lot of girls and stuff like that. But he has a reason for doing it. I think it's because it's something along the lines of like it's puts him under less stress or something. He wants to like put a smile on to be brave and stuff like that. It's something along the lines of that. Probably not. I'm not so sure the exact reason, but yeah, it's something I do remember quite vividly about. And yeah, you know what? I actually quite like that. I like the fact that they just tried to give him a reason for his flirty actions and stuff like that, because yeah, that's something that someone like Zane kind of suffers from in FE7. He's just flirty for the sake of it. So yeah. And yeah, I do like using a Nico too. He was great in my first playthrough. The first playthrough is where I really cared about the child unit, so second playthrough not as much, but yeah, I still used a couple of them. So yeah. Then again, because yeah, Rohan was his father, yeah, he was pretty overpowered. I think he was a bow knight. That was pretty fun. Why is that? Even though I wasn't a big fan of how I played Awakening the first time, yeah, but the units I did use were pretty stupid, so yeah, that's fun. Anyway, Brady is next. On this list I have. Anyway, so I like him too. Brady's like a really fun character. He's really funny. Yeah, I also like the fact that yeah, he's Maribel's son, and yeah, he looks definitely nothing like her. Which yeah, again, it's kind of hilarious to be honest. Because yeah, he's basically the complete opposite of his mother, and yeah, they use that for some pretty funny things. But yeah, he's a nice person. I do remember his nuance support. He's a very kind person at support, and that's what I really like about him. So yeah, great lad. Too bad he's a healer to start with, but that's not an issue. Just think of just recast the mage, you're good. Then he'll be quite the nice unit. I think I like making him a sage, so he can still use stars, but he has like incredible magic abilities. So yeah. They've got Shell. I talked about her before, but yeah, she's very much like a mother, except she's an armor knight. So because yeah, she tried to ride a horse, but it didn't work out, so she went armor knight instead. Again, she's not like the most basic character in the world, she's just like a mother, basically. That's really all there is to it. But yeah, she's like one of the units who feels very similar to the mother, so yeah. So yeah, I really can't say much else other than that. I do remember it being quite nice, because yeah, you can give us some pretty nice tools to make it really nice. I know that, yeah, if you give Gaius as the father, then yeah, you can give her like Gale Pulls and stuff, she can become pretty good. I mean, all these units can become like overpowered because they're Awakening children. They're like ridiculous how strong they can get, so yeah. So yeah, if I keep saying that they're good, well yeah, that's kind of redundant because yeah, they're all pretty overpowered, so yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Cynthia, kind of a wild character. She's clumsy like a mother, but she wants to be like a superhero and stuff. It's kind of cool. Her map is kind of weird too. All the parallel, well, not all of them. Some of the parallels are kind of infamous in Awakening because of some weird gimmicks and stuff. Although yeah, Cynthia, yeah, her gimmicks, her gimmick on the map is kind of weird, but yeah. Other than that, she is kind of interesting. I do remember liking to use her because I do like Crom Sumia, so she turns out as a pretty good unit because of that. So yeah, that's always nice. Yeah, I do remember the last playthrough. I think Frederick was her father. She was still pretty good. So yeah, I like her. Great little Pegasus Knight, and yeah, she's the high energy one, which you normally see in like Shannon and Ursa. Yeah, that's great to see. The true Pegasites in Awakening are really nice, but anyway. Severa. So yeah, Severa's kind of similar to Owain, I guess. I don't, except a bit more negative. I really didn't like her at first, but then I came to like her quite a bit. Like yeah, she's a Sundarin. There's no sugarcoating that. But I don't know. She just kind of grew on me a lot. She is also a really nice unit. I think she was the charge unit I liked to use most in my last playthrough. Probably because she had Gale Force, but whatever. But she was a Bow Knight, so yeah. I think what I like about a lot, I don't know, I feel like because supports were pretty interesting. Some of them at least. Like, yeah, once you got to see a good side, I think that's where she really shines. And then I think at Conquest you get to see more of it because you get to see a more mature Severa too, as Selena obviously. I think I quite like her in Conquest, even though I don't remember that much from her in that game compared to Awakening. So like I said, she's a character that's grown on me quite a bit. And yeah, she is quite a bit different from her mother, that's for dang sure, so yeah, that's interesting to see as well. Yeah, I can't really say much else on that. I didn't really like her at first, but then she kind of grew on me, and I'm not so sure why, to be honest, so yeah, that was kind of funny. Anyway, Jerome. Jerome's edgy. A lot more edgy compared to his mother, but still pretty cool. Like, I like his serious side and his less serious side. That's what I really like about Jerome. So yeah. And yeah, also looks like, yeah, he is a pretty good unit, and I like Shushi a lot. She's a really fun character. Like with supports and stuff, and yeah, Jerome, pretty decent. And yeah, he can become a pretty decent unit, obviously, so yeah, no problem there. Can't really say much else on that. I just really like the dude. I think he's pretty cool. Probably not my favorite Shardian in this game. I wasn't sure who that would be. I guess I'll find out once I finish talking about Lula. Then there's the Morgans. The Morgans are very similar to Connor as well. They're both just really sweet little children for the avatar. Not much else to say on that. I did like female Morgan quite a bit in my first playthrough, so yeah, there's that. And yeah, I do remember liking their supports too. That's really it. They are really strong though, because yeah, Morgan has access to every class, so you can basically make them whatever you want. As long as, you know, they are well equipped for like physical attacking, magical attacking, all that. So yeah. I like those two. Then there's Yarn. Outside of, I think, I don't know, he's kind of a strange character. But I think what I liked about him a lot was in Klingy's Awakening playthrough, which is I first exposed that game. He was funny. He did a lot of funny things, so I could give him credit for that. Outside of that though, he's a scaredy cat, and yeah, that's what most of his supports revolve around, I'm pretty sure, so yeah. And yeah, that's really it. Definitely the opposite to his mother in that regard, so yeah. The dude, he's alright. Unit-wise, he does suffer a bit by not getting Gale Force, but hey, I think he still can become quite the fun unit. He can become quite the strong beast unit, despite his cowardice, so yeah. Yeah, don't really have much else to say other than that. The dude's like, alright. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about him like other characters potentially Joker as cowardice. I don't know. Yeah, like I say, he's kind of a weird character that I'm not so sure how to feel about, to be honest. It's kind of weird, but yeah. I don't know. I don't dislike him. I think he's alright. I think yeah, Klingy's playthrough probably helped with that a little bit, so yeah. Anyway, Laurent's not very well liked, I'm pretty sure, because people just find him kind of boring, like his mother. Which, to be honest, yeah, he's very much like his mother. They both like to, well, study stuff about, like, magic and stuff. Which is okay, but yeah, he really doesn't stand out, because, yeah, he's just like his mom. But I do like his... There are some interesting things about him, like the fact that he appeared in the present day earlier than most people, I'm pretty sure. I think he also has I think he has some pretty good conversations with Lucina as well. At least, I'm not so sure if it's support or future past. I remember those being quite interesting, but yeah, that's really it. Then there's Noir. Here's something funny about Noir. So Kaga, when he was interviewed about genealogy, he said that he would be interested in making a character that description sound very similar to Noah. Like how they're very meek on at first, but then they become like super enraged, I guess, or psycho. I don't know. I don't know what the right word to describe Noah's other form is. Like, yeah, he wanted to design a character like that, and it's kind of funny that, yeah, we got that in Awakening. So, yeah, she's basically like Benedetta when she's meek and stuff, but then when she gets angry, yeah. She starts acting like, well, crazy. Is the right word, I guess. I think the thing I don't like about her is the fact that her mother treats her really poorly. But yeah, because yeah, that's what made me dislike Fudge a lot initially. But now I've mellowed out a little bit. I like Fudge a lot more because I actually find some of the supports really interesting. So I still don't like her like super much because of what she did to her daughter, but like I said, I don't dislike her as much as I used to now. So yeah, there's that at least. And yeah, you know what? Yeah, she's definitely a very strange character, let's just say. But yeah, I do remember it being really good though. She could very easily become a sorcerer just like her mother. I think also she has some pretty good supports. I think with the other Gen 2 units, like he has a really good Brady one. I think I remember his Wayne one being her Wayne support being really good too, so yeah. At least she has that going for her. I think she's alright. I guess, yeah, Archer's kind of a weird class for her because I don't really use her as one, to be honest, because it's not that amazing with the class in Awakening, so yeah. And the final one's Nah, she's... hard to describe, again. Like, yeah, she was quite lonely, I think, before we, like, found her and stuff. And then, yeah, her supports. Some of them are good, and then some of them are she wants to eat people because they do things she doesn't like. I think like in a Nika support, so yeah, she's a very mixed bag when it comes to her character. She is a strong unit though because she can because she has the Maneki class, and that's pretty strong in Awakening. For the enemy phase, so yeah, like with like I do remember vividly that yeah, if you give like Donald, for example, she could become quite the fearsome dragon, for example, so yeah, there's that. So yeah, overall, I actually quite like the Awakening Children, to be honest. Not as much as FE4, because FE4 definitely... There's like a lot of agency with the children. I think that's what I really liked about them, so... Because of, yeah, because, you know, the bad future and stuff, so... I don't know what I was trying to say that, but anyway. Like I said, I think, yeah, Awakening still has some agency with the child units, because, yeah, there's the bad future and stuff, even though, yeah, it's not as good as what, Genealogy did, but that's okay. Because they still want to make the Gen 1 units playable, which, yeah, you definitely can't do that with how Genealogy does it, so, yeah. Like I said, I like these dudes overall. These guys and girls, I'd say. Some of them are pretty interesting characters, some of them are a bit iffy, but I think they're pretty good overall. I can't really say the same for Fates though, unfortunately. There are some child units I quite like in Fates, but some of them just... Yeah, let's quickly go over them. So, like I said before, Connor is very similar to Morgan in my opinion, not much else to say though. Also, the child units aren't as strong because I think they got nerfed a bit. Probably for good reason, considering, you know, how strong the Awakening Children were, but anyway. Shigure, I think he's pretty cool. Like, I like the fact that, yeah, he wanted to follow in his mother's footsteps with the singing and stuff. I thought that was really, really cool. So yeah, that's definitely something I quite like about him. Then there's, yeah, that's really all I remember. I haven't played the Fates DLC. So, I know that these child units get a very big role. I think it's called Heir to Lei or something. I know that Shigure has a pretty big role in that, so yeah. I think that's what's really cool about him. But other than that, I'd say he's alright. he's pretty alright, dude. Dwyer, um, he's like very compatible with his father, that's what I remember about him. He has a cool design though. Other than that, don't really know much about the dude. He's alright, I guess. In my eyes. Sophie, yeah, her personal skill is something, alright? And yeah, she doesn't really go, she has trouble getting along with her horse too because the horse acts kinda like a jerk, to be honest. But yeah, that's what I remember about it. Overall, alright, I guess. Again, like, I think the thing about the Fates children is that a lot of them have like a gimmick, that they like roll with. Some characters I'm okay with it, some characters suffer a lot from it, which yeah, I'll go into a bit. Midori, sweet little child, I say. I remember her parallel being alright, I guess. Yeah, some of these characters do have interesting parallels, like Sophie, you get Nicole as the boss you can capture, and yeah, I used him a little bit in my Rev playthrough. That was... Actually, I used them a lot, I didn't just use them a little bit, so yeah. A fun character, that one. But yeah, back to Midori. Yeah, she's alright. She's a sweet little child, kinda like Connor, I guess. Which does, which, yeah, quite a bit different from Kazu, the cool ninja that he is, so yeah. It's interesting to see that he has a nice little duel like that, but anyway. So, the Birthright children. I did get to see them a decent amount in, my first playthrough of Birthright. I think my only playthrough. I guess, yeah, I've only played each round of Fates once, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, Shiro, he's cool. I don't like the fact that he gets himself killed on this map, but oh well. Can't really do much about that. Yeah, he's... Out of all the Fates Royal children, I mean, there's only two. Him and... I'm not... I think it's Kuraki. Unfortunately, I don't remember the names very well, it's the problem, because yeah, I'm very not familiar with these characters. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Anyway. But yeah, Shiro, I think I remember him being interested in DLC. Other than that, he's just an interesting character. And he's quite competitive with his father, especially because yeah, he doesn't even use swords in his base class. I think that shows how competitive he is, I feel like. Then Kuragi, he's like his dad, but super hyperactive. I think that's what the impression I got. Strange character, that one. Can't really see much else on that. I can't wish that, yeah. It doesn't help that he doesn't get a bow like his father. Then we got the bad part of Birthright's children, the Fates, no, not the Fates, the Awakening characters are taking. So Asuki, Kildori, and Rajat. Oh man. They are very underwhelming in my opinion. They basically just copy and paste an aspect of the character and then didn't really do much other than that. Like Asuki just likes sweets, and that's really it. I mean, he does have that interesting thing with Saizo, how he doesn't want to be another Saizo, but that's really it. Rajat gets the worst of that in my opinion, because she's basically everything I dislike about Varja without anything, without the bits that I like about Varja, like those interesting supports, so yeah. Can't say anything good about her, unfortunately. Which is a shame. I think, yeah, Rajat's probably like one of my least favorite characters in the series. That's how bad she is compared to Varja. So yeah, can't really say much else on that. And then Kildori is just there in my opinion. I don't really remember much about her. Other than the fact that, yeah, she can talk to Selena in Rev, but that's it. In a Johnny map. Then there's like Mitama, who's like there. Again, she's like lazy and stuff. She's less of a troll than her father though. And I think that's what made her father like really fun. The fact that he was like the massive troll that he is. I feel like, yeah, he has like a similar aspect to Maklov. He's supposed to be this character that you like really, really despise and stuff like that. So yeah, there's that. Again, I can't really say much. I'm not very familiar with her. Same with Hisame, probably the most forgettable unit in Fates, to be honest. Like, he likes pickles, that's all I know about him. It doesn't help that Hinata, his father, isn't super interesting either, to be honest. So yeah. Okay, I can't say much about Hisame other than the fact that he's like almost as he's like Maractus basically. He's so forgettable. That's his trademark. So yeah. And then finally there's What's she calling it? Oh dear. It's Keaton's child. Not Valoria. Sulky, there you go. She's very hyperactive. Hyperactive, Keaton, basically. I don't know how I feel about that. She's like, alright, I guess. Like, I don't really dislike her, but I don't know. She's just kind of there. Although, yeah, her being Perry's, daughter, like in, my Red playthrough, I feel like it makes a lot of sense, but anyway, I don't know. Kind of a weird trip that. But yeah, I remember it being quite strong though, because the Kitsune clause is quite good, but anyway. Yeah, the Birthright Children, I'm definitely not as big of a fan of as them, compared to the Conquest ones. The Conquest ones I feel like I'm a bit more familiar with. The Secret, his map is horrible to play, but other than that, he's like, okay, I guess. Again, I think he suffers from the fact that he can't use his father's weapon, or gets an as good weapon. So yeah, that kind of hurts him. And that, he's decent. He's like very solid, I guess. Not much else to say other than that. Then there's Forrest, who he cross-dresses. That's kind of interesting, to be honest. Other than that, I think one problem with him is that it also makes Leo look like a bad parent, because yeah, he completely goes against what Forrest is doing in his prologue, and then he like runs off against Captured. Yeah. Other than that though, I think Forrest is alright. I kind of wish he got to speak to Elise more, because Elise seemed really interested in him. So yeah. Oh well. Then there's Soleil, who is like... I know there's some controversy behind her, but I don't really remember what it is. I think it's a current support. Other than that, she's like Laszlo, but she's basically just like Laszlo, but nothing interesting about. Like, she doesn't really have anything that really intrigues me compared to like Laszlo. She just kind of hits on women, and that's really it. Like, yeah, I feel like she's kind of disappointed in that regard. I kind of wish she was more like Laszlo, where like, I mean, they did try to do something like that. She like smiles when like things are going really badly and stuff. But I don't know. I kind of wish they did more with her, to be honest, to make her a bit more interesting. But oh well. She kind of just falls flat, I guess. I kind of wish they did a bit more interesting things to her, basically. And yeah, it doesn't help that, yeah, she's kind of tied up in a controversy with one of the supports, so yeah. Then though, things get a lot more positive, because there's Ophelia. Ophelia is the best Fates child, in my opinion, and probably a lot of people's opinion. She is very much like, not only her father, but also her grandmother too, which I really, really like. Also helps that she's an amazing unit, and the reason why Odin became a good unit, kind of, in Conquest. Because Odin makes Ophelia, and then Ophelia is really, really good, thanks to what Odin can give to her. And also like her mother, I think most people give her Elise the high magic, and yeah, she's amazing. I can't say much other than praise for Ophelia, she's so good. Like, I love her character, she's also helped me so much in Heroes 2. I owe so much to that girl, so yeah, I like Ophelia a lot. And easily my favorite Fates child unit. Yeah, I can't really say much else on that. Once again, Odin strikes again, I guess you could say. But anyway, then we got Nina, who's odd. I feel like, yeah, Nina's like the epitome of what Fates is like, in my opinion. Like, yeah, when it gets she has a decently interesting serious moments, but then there's like her then there's a silly side, and the silly side's stupid. Well, like, yeah, she's kind of like her father, where, like, yeah, they do some odd things, let's just say. Maybe because, yeah, she's into yaoi, I'm pretty sure, and yeah, that's some odd. It kind of bleeds into some of the supports too, which doesn't help her. Other than that, she's like, I remember mentioning, like, in a comment somewhere, I think she's very similar to Patty, except for the, you know, that part. But, so yeah, I think her serious part character's okay. It's kind of like Patty, except oh no. Maybe has less agency because, yeah, she doesn't have, like, other orphans that she needs to help out, which Paddy is doing. So yeah, I guess there's that. But yeah, then there's the yaoi part, which, yeah. Can't really say much else other than that. It's very yikes. But anyway. Then there's Percy, who's a very fun character. He definitely looks up to his father a lot, and yeah, I do like the fact that his personal skills like the complete opposite of his father's. It's great, and also the fact that he's a Wyvern Rider too. That's really cool, and the fact that he can get him quite early as well, because both Arthur and Ed feature him really early, and they also support very quickly too. So very nice little parry for the kid. So yeah, fun dude. His paralogue is dumb, but very Arthur in that regard. So yeah, there's that. Then we got Ignatius, who's quite forgettable, to be honest. Benny was like a really good character, to be honest, though, which is a shame that Ignatius couldn't really follow suit, but that's okay. He's just a really nice person. Like his father. It's just that, yeah, he does have some confidence issues in his paralogue. That's really it. And finally, there's Valoria, who's bored and stuff. She's like the complete opposite of Silky, which is kind of funny. Where, like, yeah, she's like pretty bored and apathetic and all that. Good unit. I don't remember it being quite good because Caden's pretty good. I feel like I gained the names mixed up. I'm pretty sure that Keaton is the wolf and then Caden's the fox. Oh well. Sorry about that. But yeah, Valoria, alright, I guess. Cool design though as well. But yeah, I can't really remember much else. I haven't really seen much of the Fates children support, so yeah. I've only just heard things about them, so yeah. Overall, yeah, I definitely don't like Fates' children as much as Awakenings. And then I don't like Awakenings as much as Genealogy, but Awakening was really solid. I like what they did. They wanted to throw back to older farms. I say that they did a really good job with the children in that game, so I don't have many complaints though. Then there's Fates, who, like, I really love the fear, but then other than that, the children are kind of just there, which doesn't help. Well, I feel like with Fates, because of its already high level customization, I really don't see the need for the children, to be honest. That's unfortunate. But yeah. Kind of weird, but yeah. Yeah, that's just how I feel, right? Like I said, I feel like Genealogy did the children the best because of the high agency that was involved, and also how it really played well into like how Chapter 1, or not, or Gen 1 ended. But yeah, like I said, Awakening did a great job. And it was a great callback to like Genealogy because, yeah, again, the bad future, it's kind of like how Gen 1 ended. It ends not very good. So yeah, it ties in really well. And then, yeah, the children themselves are making out pretty good. Then Fates, yeah, you can definitely tell that they just added the children in just because Awakening had them and Awakening was successful. But yeah, other than, yeah, like I said, I feel it was great though. It's just that, yeah, everyone else, I'm more mixed on. Even though, yeah, there are definitely some interesting characters here and there. It's just that, yeah, I feel it's really the only one that stands out to me, so yeah. Oh well, so that's my thoughts on Gen 2 is that took a lot longer than I wanted, but that's okay. Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting to talk about all of them, because yeah, I am playing Genealogy and that has the Gen 2, so yeah. Anyway, I've been rambling long enough about those topics here. Now let's go back to the end of this episode. Anyway, that should be that. So if I have a look at all my units here, this is how well everyone did in the arena. Still need to do lean. She's not going to get very far, but again I'll do it on screen just because it's less annoying. Let's also look at our levels. I'll go into more detail about the units in the next part, but yeah. So yeah, only for Val and Shannon are not level 30 except for Lean. So yeah. Lean is the furthest from a combat unit I have, so yeah. So technically she could take Paragon? No. no. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that little treat I had during the arena runs. But yeah, next time we're actually going to be starting the map, and yeah, I'll also reveal some of the little battle preps I decided to do as well. That you may have already saw as well. I'll go into more detail about why I chose to do what I did, so yeah. Look forward to all that, and I'll see you guys again for the start of Chapter 10. So yeah, look forward to that, and I'll see you guys again for that.